Larry Page's journey to creating a $1 trillion company didn't begin with boardrooms, billion-dollar investors, or a polished business plan. It began with a restless, curious mind and a relentless desire to make sense of the chaotic internet world that most people barely understood back in the 1990s. Born to parents who were both deeply rooted in computer science, Larry grew up in a house filled with computers, magazines, and scientific papers, which sparked in him an early obsession with technology and innovation. But he wasn't content with following in anyone's footsteps. He wanted to create something the world had never seen. At Stanford University, while pursuing his PhD, Larry had a crazy idea. What if you could rank websites based on how many other sites link to them? It was a simple question that no one had asked, and that's where genius lives. He teamed up with Sergey Brin, another brilliant but skeptical student, and together they built a project called Backrub, a search engine prototype that analyzed backlinks. With no funding, no office, and no formal support, they started coding in a tiny, cluttered garage in Menlo Park. Their setup was laughable: borrowed servers, a few second-hand computers, and a garage floor that doubled as their bed at night. They worked endless hours, refining their algorithm, facing technical failures, and watching investors slam doors in their faces. This won't make money, they were told repeatedly, but they refused to listen. They believed in the power of making information universally accessible, even if no one else did. In 1998, they registered the domain Google.com, a playful twist on the word Google, meaning a 1 followed by 100 zeros, symbolizing their dream of organizing infinite information. And from that dusty garage, Google was born. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't backed by millions. But it worked. It worked so well that within months, word of mouth spread like wildfire. Unlike other cluttered, ad-filled search engines, Google was clean, fast, and shockingly accurate. People loved it. Users grew by millions. Yet even then, Larry and Sergey didn't stop to celebrate. They moved from the garage to a small office, then grew again to the iconic Googleplex, always pushing boundaries, always innovating. They built a company culture the world had never seen: open spaces, creative freedom, innovation labs, and an environment where bold ideas weren't just allowed but encouraged. They weren't chasing money, they were chasing impact. After revolutionizing search, they launched products like Gmail, Google Maps, Google Earth, and Android, each reshaping industries and redefining how billions of people interact with technology every single day. They bought YouTube when others dismissed it as a money-losing platform, transforming it into the largest video platform on the planet. And they didn't stop at the internet. They launched self-driving car projects with Waymo, delved into AI with DeepMind, explored health technology, and even attempted to extend human life. Every venture was met with skepticism. Every success came after countless failures, lawsuits, criticism, and fierce competition. But through it all, Larry Page's vision never wavered: to make the world's information accessible, useful, and to empower humanity through technology. Today, Google isn't just a search engine, it's an empire of innovation, a powerhouse of technology, a company that shaped the modern digital era. And none of it started with wealth, privilege, or certainty. It started with two young men, a garage, a crazy idea, and a refusal to quit. Google's story is a reminder to every dreamer, every entrepreneur, every underdog, that you don't need perfect conditions, massive funding, or approval from the world to change it. You need belief, relentless work, bold ideas, and the courage to keep moving forward when everything around you tells you to stop. Because when you do, you don't just build a company, you build a legacy.